Okay. Critical blunder. I was like, wow, I sure do wonder why there's so much static being picked up on the other stream. It's because I forgot to switch to the I forgot to switch off of the laptop internal mic. Yes. Okay. So it's using the correct microphone now. So now my audio isn't going to sound like shit. So I'm sorry. I think that was the case. You probably got a whole lot of laptop fan there. Anyway, we're back to building this weird kit. Hopefully my audio is a whole lot better now. Yeah, now that we're using the right microphone, back to building this strange kit and putting all the things under the socket. Jeez, I mean, this is massive. Why is it such a big microcontroller? Oh, there's one bent pin. One bent pin is going to ruin the whole thing. Whoop. Oh, the capacitors actually do have to stand up, or else the socket can't go all the way down. Okay. It's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight. It's going to be super tight, but I think we can still... Yeah, I think we'll still be able to get the chip in on top of those. So we'll go ahead and fold the socket pins back to keep it in place. And yeah, we'll just start soldering. Triple A's too. That's funny. I mean, most of these kits use like double A's or a 9-volt or something. All these little leads are the boring part. Can't wait until I get to the giant microcontroller. It is nice how they shipped the microcontroller like pressed up against the socket so that its pins couldn't get bent. That's something that I've run into a lot with AliExpress kits, unfortunately. Like, because they're just shipped in a plastic bag, so the pins of ICs and little chips and stuff all get bent. In a second, once I get these soldered, I don't want to let myself lose focus. Once I get these soldered, I do want to look up a data sheet for the AT89S52. You know, figure out what sort of horsepower we're working with. I could also theoretically overclock this, whatever it might be. Oh, the audio was okay before too? Oh. I panicked and I thought I'd done something terribly wrong. CRT TV processor. Oh yeah, those are some big ones. Those are some huge chips. And a couple years ago, I had this nice Trinitron monitor. It featured on this channel a little bit in some of my significantly worse videos, and unfortunately, it perished. And it was a flyback failure, so not really something that can be fixed affordably and effectively. But I did salvage some parts from it, and its microcontroller, even though it didn't have... Did it have an on-screen display? No. It didn't even have an on-screen display. Its microcontroller was like massive. Accidentally soldered the damn leads together. I'll deal with that later. I ran out of my good, thick, leaded solder. So now I'm down to this tiny, tiny little gauge solder. And honestly, I think that might actually be beneficial for soldering the tiny, tiny, tiny pins of the microcontroller. I mean, usually this is the stuff I use for surface mount. But with a 40 pin microcontroller, I want to be a little bit extra careful. I hope there aren't any like frame drops or anything. You know, I hope the video looks okay because I am streaming from a Core 2 Duo. I start taking some of these pins off. Again, with some of the super thin lead components, you can literally just wiggle them to pull them off. Like, very, very professional method. But it gets them off cleaner than even like wire cutters. I never soldered the vibration switch. I'll get to that at some point. Well, now that our under socket components are all put in, I mean, no, I'm going to solder the socket first. I'm going to solder the socket first to make sure. Oh, well, now is a good stopping point. I'm going to look up a data sheet for this chip. '89S52 from Atmel. It is a oh bless. It is a low power, high performance CMOS 8-bit microcontroller with 8 kilobytes. Yeah. The wiggle technique is legendary. Yeah. Thank you, chat member. You beat me to the data sheet. So we've got. I mean, it's a little bit crazy thinking that whatever this gizmo is, whatever this doodad they might have sent me, that probably costs like $5. If this was the kit that I bought, I probably would have paid like $5 to $7 for it. Comes with a microcontroller that is probably more powerful than what put a man on the moon. It's pretty crazy what sort of computer horsepower is just thrown around these days. I wonder how much I could overclock it theoretically. Like, what is its upper limit? Because it comes with a 12 megahertz quartz crystal. I could probably safely go up to like 24 megahertz. Of course, it definitely doesn't need to be overclocked. All it's doing is turning on some LEDs, maybe. But what about the serial port? Question mark. I wonder if this is one of the microcontrollers. Like, there's an updated series of Zilog Z80 chips based on the architecture, but they have built-in serial controllers just right on the package. Datasheet says it can go up to 33 megahertz. Crazy overclock performance. Thank you, chat member. That's wonderful. I could have the world's fastest gizmo, real high performance doodad. This stream is probably going to be colossally boring until the last like 28 seconds when I put batteries in it and turn it on. And the rest of it is going to So I, being a very smart person, I think I went to switch the batteries in my mic. And what did I do? I put the dead ones back in because that really checks out for something I do. Now my lamp turned off. What is everything electrical hates me today? I wish there was a way to give the AliExpress seller 6 stars because like they gave me something for free that's really cool. I wonder if the person that bought this, whatever it may be, I wonder if that person received the tiny illegal transmitter that I purchased. And that's not going to be fun for them if they bought a microcontroller controlled what's it or whatever it may be, and then they get a tiny little like 4 transistor kit. That's so sad. I hope they just like took the wrong one off the shelf and shipped it out or something. Oh, something I've done recently is I've finally started working with 18650s. One night, those realizations you have when you're just lying in bed and you can't sleep. One night, a couple weeks ago, I had the realization that I could get 18650s from old laptop batteries for free. And, those have been tremendously useful because they can replace like 3 AA's or that sort of thing that I usually use for 3.7 volts. But yeah, I spent like probably 4 hours splitting open a big box of like old laptop batteries that I had to go to recycling. And yeah, got a whole lot of good cells. I have like 48 18650s, I think. Absolutely ludicrous. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of them. Build a Tesla, probably. Oh, this is going to take forever. I wonder if YouTube ever like recommends streams with like 5 viewers to people. Like, I wonder if this is on anyone's homepage right now. Does anyone remember? Oh yeah, I took apart a laptop battery too. Unfortunately, mine were all old and degraded. Yeah, a couple of the ones that I cracked open, there was specifically a Compaq one, like an early 2000s Compaq battery that was from like an Athlon XP laptop, and I pulled the cells out and they were like rusty. It's like I'm not going to use those. Oh yeah. Anyway, does anyone remember when Reddit had live streams and you'd open Reddit and it was just like, oh, it was on my homepage. Convenient timing. That's hilarious. Oh, that's how I found you on my front page. Evidently so. Does anyone remember like you? Or did I just like? Was this a fever dream? You used to open Reddit and it was literally like a live stream of some guy playing guitar with like 15 viewers. And that was a thing for like 5 years where Reddit would just show you like random live streams. And now they don't do that anymore. I feel like the Reddit streaming audience, like prolific Reddit streamers, if that was ever a thing, they probably moved to Kick, because that, I feel like someone who has success streaming on Reddit would do really, really well on that platform. Okay, we only have like 8 pins to go, and then this whole chip socket is all nice and soldered. I always underestimate how much of this tiny stuff I need. Brr. Oh, recently I got a custom tank top printed, and it says defund the FCC in really big letters, in Comic Sans font, no less, in Comic Sans, and it is a masterpiece. It's an absolute masterpiece, and I'm waiting for a sufficiently inopportune time to wear that, whether in a video or like out in public. I'm hoping in college that I can get a position at the campus radio station. So I feel like walking in and asking if they have any positions while I'm wearing my defund the FCC shirt. I feel like that would either go really well and they'd think I'm funny, or they'd tell me to go away and never come back. Oh, come on. I ran out of solder and I have 2 pins left. Okay. Well, that's the whole chip socket soldered. That's all 40 something. Oh, left a tiny bit of solder on the board. Gotta melt that away before I forget. Yeah. Okay, so that's, all things considered, that's pretty clean. I gotta, oh no, 1 bent pin. Gotta fold them a tiny bit so I can fit it in the socket, and then we will pop this giant guy in. Okay. Well, the 8-bit microcontroller is now installed in our gizmo, in our what's it. Oh, the screws are for like screwing down the battery compartment and bolting it down. That's actually really nice. A lot of these AliExpress kits have you like tape or zip tie the battery compartment. And of course that's not good. That doesn't work very well. Okay. Yeah, that resistor is a 1.5K, so the others must be the 10Ks over there. And then I'll have to put in and solder 88 LEDs. How many actually? That's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 LEDs. Hello, hi, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me while I build this this incorrect kit that I was sent, and I'm still not quite sure what it is. They sent me alien technology. That's the only explanation. Okay, that microphone gotta be one of the bottom 10 pieces of equipment I've ever owned. Uh, I swear there's like actually something wrong with it because lately it's been eating batteries at a rate that seems more than triple to normal. And I try to avoid using a USB cable with it because sometimes there can be like digital noise and interference. But yeah, I'm so sorry about the consistent audio problems. It makes a little high pitched hum. Oh, wonderful! That's really nice. Let's see. Man, I'm so sorry. The worst stream on YouTube. Meanwhile, I'm struggling to put a button in. That's what defeats me. I soldered the 40 pin microcontroller first try, no issues, but I can't get a damn button in through the board. Unfortunately, that's what happens with the AliExpress kits sometimes. Just the legs get bent in shipping or something, and you gotta very meticulously bend them back so they'll go in your silly little board. No, I keep getting it. It's better than VTuber streams. Oh, okay. That's a low bar, but at least. At least, you know, at least I'm getting somewhere. What is this for? What is that? There's something up here. There are two pads and a spot that maybe a component should go that are completely unlabeled. What? And there's no other component. There's just LEDs, the switch, and the button. Okay, so that's cool. That's really neat. I can't imagine what that is for. You've got a diode up here. IN 4007, probably like a switching diode. Really surprised that it uses this microcontroller, because whatever it does, honestly, could probably be handled by like 8 transistors. Again, I don't know what it does, but just assuming it's some sort of like level meter or like indicator, everything this does could be done without the giant microcontroller. Like, feels a little overkill. I really should have soldered the switch before I put the microcontroller in the socket. But, you know, all's well that ends well, and I hope it ends well. uh, yeah, no. Hello, there we go. Yeah, that did not work well. Oh, that's just on and off. Yeah, okay. What a gizmo. What a funny guy. Like, is this some sort of ghost hunting gizmo that tells you your proximity to a spooky specter or something? I wonder if it really is using the vibration switch for its intended purpose as a vibration switch, or if they've like, I don't know if they've repurposed it as some sort of antenna or like a small compact coil, because that can be done. That's really all the vibration switch is. Yeah, yeah, soldering. I often get carried away and I'm like, oh, I'm going to solder the fun ones first. So I solder the big microcontroller and, all that. Okay, that, no, it still needs more connection there. Boom. Perfect. Okay. It's really coming along, I think. Whatever it is. I'm debating not even soldering this because I kind of like the look without it. And I'm definitely not going to need the serial port. Like, when am I gonna plug my Gizmo into my 486 computer? Communicate with the realm of the dead through my 8-bit microcontroller, and then compile results in Office 95. All considered, this is going to look pretty clean. Like, my soldering's decent, and the board is actually good quality. I didn't quite mention that earlier, but the board is actually like sturdy. Some of the boards that you get from AliExpress kits, mean, I get why they're really cheap kits, but you know, sometimes you pick up the board and it feels like it's just cardboard. This one definitely not. This is a high quality plastic. Okay, this one was a little too thick, just a wiggle. I'm probably going to finish this thing that I was like so hyped up about, and it will be the most boring device in human history. And I'm going to be tremendously sad if that is the case. Cleaner soldering than on my 4 a.m. perf board prototypes. Oh yeah. I accidentally soldered the leads together, so that shall be remedied. There we go. All right. And now for the task of putting all the little guys in, all the LEDs. I'm a little bit tempted to just go ahead and try it as it is without quite completing it. So I'm going to follow down that dangerous path. I'm going to go ahead and put the screws in for the battery compartment and start soldering that. This will sit horribly unevenly on any surface due to the screwed down battery compartment with screws that are too thick. But, oh, and there we go. Okay. It's so long. It's so damn long. I'm going to cut these wires. I do not need the battery compartment wires to be that long. But they're not cutting. There we go. That's something I should have done before I screwed it down. Now I've screwed it up. Wonderful. Okay. Anyway. Literally anyway. With this tiny solder, I keep missing these little gaps, like by the switch and stuff. Yeah, yeah, the LEDs aren't connected in. What size is this solder? Let's see. It is 0.3 millimeters. It's 0.3 millimeters or 0.01 inches. The stuff I usually use is like 0.75 millimeters. It's a whole lot easier to like. It flows so much easier. But I ran out of that. Actually, no, I have another spool of it. What am I doing? Uh, well, don't let anybody tell you that complaining doesn't help, because by complaining, I remembered that I had a nearly brand new spool of .8 that I can use. That's gonna be so much easier for the LEDs. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah. It's still lead free, so it's not, you know, doesn't flow quite as well, but oh yeah. That's so much better. Oh yeah. I'm gonna finish the rest of this in like 3 minutes with this shit. Boom. Amazing. Goes to show that no matter how bad you are, the right equipment helps a little more. So now we've got the microcontroller, the battery compartment, the spring guy, and a couple little components, like a couple resistors, diodes, stuff. And we still need to solder the 28 LEDs. Awesome. I really can't wait to figure out what she may be. I don't want to waste too much time on the LEDs, but I want them to look clean. I want them to all sit flat, because especially with them all in a line, it would be very, very, very noticeable if one of them is sticking out weirdly. Oh yeah, with this better solder, it takes longer to put them in the board than it does to do the actual soldering. We're almost done. Yeah, just like 8 more LEDs, and then our. Oh no, wait. They switch polarity. Okay, 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 good. I got them right up until this point. I got very nervous there. Oh, thank you so much, chat member. With the radio kit that I was building a couple days ago, apparently some of the ceramic capacitors suck ass, and I guess that's maybe the reason why the kit didn't work. Now, I really appreciate that you aren't saying it was my fault. That's really sweet of you to shift the blame. But I think that's too kind of an assumption to make with me. But seriously, though, thank you for the help. Usually, how I test capacitors when they're assembled, I take this, I clip some leads into the socket, and then I poke those leads onto the board to test capacitors in circuit. And that doesn't work if they're like parallel with something else. but usually it should work well. I mean, I should just honestly, with kits this cheap, I should honestly just like start testing all of the components beforehand. They've been decently good so far, component quality wise. The ones that I have tested, like resistors, have been within 10% and all that. But I guess it's always good to double check just to be safe. Oh right, we've still got the button. We've got the serial port if I want it. And oh, that pisses me off. That pisses me off. Oh, of course. Of course, the final LED in the string of 20 doesn't line up perfectly with the rest of them. Of course, the spacing is different. Why would they do that? And it's done to make room for the mystery component that wasn't in the bag. Oh, wait, I can look at the backing list. Well, yeah, it came with the PCB, came with those resistors, 4007, that's the diode, 22P. Those are under the 12 megahertz. Yeah. You mean 6 by 6? What does it mean by 6 by 6? Oh, probably like the nut. And then that's unhelpful because the rest of the names are just Chinese and they don't have values or anything. So if this set is missing the component that's supposed to go right there, that's tragic because I don't even know what this is that they sent me. So I have no hope. It's unmarked on the PCB, so I have no hope of being able to go and find whatever it might be. I mean, it looks like it could be for an electrolytic capacitor. That's what that you're supposed to lay down on the board. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. Well, let's get in this this power switch that I've been struggling so terribly to snap in. Can you show the front better? I'll try to on this 640 by 480 camera. Excuse me. I'm underestimating the Canon XL1. It's 720 by 480. There's the gizmo, whatever she may be. I mean, this AliExpress seller has like 1,300 items for sale on their store. So what I could do is I could go and I could look through everything on their store to try and find this. But that sounds like it would not be a good use of my time. It really does not. I'm not even going to cut these final LED leads off yet. I'm immediately putting batteries in and I'm seeing what in God's name this is. And I sure hope it works right off the bat. I doubt Google Lens is going to be able to identify it. But I mean, it's worth a shot. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Okay. One more solder joint. And then this mystery gizmo is complete. There we go. It's fully soldered. I'm just going to bend these leads so they aren't touching. And then I'm going to go ahead and power it on. I want to be very sure that I haven't connected any of the LEDs with the wrong polarity. And also, I'm just excited to figure out what this does. I have to take the battery compartment off to strip the wires because I got too excited. I had too much fun. Oh yeah, I'm not going to bother with soldering this yet because it's not actually critical to the operation of the who knows what. My strippers don't have a hole small enough for this tiny cheap ass wire. I might have to use the good old method of stripping the wire with my teeth. Okay, yeah, that's the only thing that's working. I can only strip this wire by biting it. Okay, okay. And here we go. Just this battery compartment soldered, and then this gizmo is going to be complete. It's $2. This kit is $2. Seriously, they're selling this microcontroller for $2? That's insane. I cannot believe that. I was. Can you drop a link to the kit if you like found it on AliExpress? Because here I was thinking I got like a $7 kit because it had an 8-bit chip. It's in the message above. Oh. I think because your message had a link. YouTube automatically removed it. I'm going to turn on moderation view. Yeah, I think YouTube removed your message because it had an external link. I guess we'll never know. But if it's unavailable on AliExpress, then that's even stranger. Why did I get it when I didn't even buy it? Imagine I got the last one of these to ever exist. Just by pure chance. I don't want to deal with this. I'm soldering them to the top of the damn board. TS PMO too much. I'm not dealing with with putting them through the board after I've stripped them. Rip bozo. I'm gonna loop it under the black one so it stays put, and then just solder it straight to the top. I do not gaff anymore. No. Grr, stay there. tortoise in the hare type situation. I rushed it and now it didn't work. Okay. All right. This is the moment of truth. We're about to figure out what this does. Gonna put our screws for the battery compartment back in, and then this doodad, this what's it, is going to be ready for deployment. Okay. Our piece of alien military technology is now done. Oh my god. I was about to comment on how it should stay put just from friction. After all this, if it doesn't work, I might actually just like cry. Okay. Here we go. Big ass screws make it so the batteries barely fit. What does it do? What does it do? What the hell does it do? Oh, there it is. There it is. One of these LEDs, I must have just connected it backwards or something, because one of the LEDs isn't turning on. It. What purpose does this serve? What is this for? Like, literally, what do you use this for? It only detects side to side vibration. So only if you like shake it. Okay. It's D14. Is the LED broken? Because it's soldered correctly. That's so strange. No, now those two at the bottom are off. This button must be some sort of like mode chip. Right. An 8-bit microcontroller? Again, like, we put a man on the moon with a computer as powerful as this. And all it does is flash some LEDs when it's bonked. Like, an AT Tiny could have done exactly. Like, 4 transistors could have done that. There's no reason for it to be this fucking complex. Okay, this is so dumb. And the fact that one of the LEDs just doesn't work despite the fact that it's fully correctly soldered just really adds to the effect. Also, they skipped D13. I'm looking now. It goes D9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 5, 2, 1. So like half of the numbers are out of order. It's just the coolness factor to have the big chip. I think it's here's what I think it is. I think they had some extras of these and they didn't know what the hell to do with them. So what do? We put it in a this. We put it in one of these. Well, thank you everyone who came and watched me build this. It was terribly uninteresting. But yeah, thank you all so much. Right. And what's this under here? Like something connects straight to the microcontroller. There's receive, transmit, ground, and like applied voltage. What is that for? It's like whatever this is, it's supposed to do a lot more, or it's in the board or form factor of something that's supposed to do a lot more, or it was repurposed from something that was supposed to do a lot more. And now this massive chip, all it does is just flash some LEDs when it vibrates. Way more interesting than Iron Mouse or Melody. Damn. Bro has a vendetta against the VTubers. Okay, yeah, thank you everyone for watching, even though this was a completely uninteresting ending. I hope you at least got some entertainment out of this, and sorry for the myriad technical problems. But anyway, yeah, gonna wrap it up there. Thanks everyone.